if you guys are just when the teacher cut, you can hear about the sound time, but then not the sound again, now you can hear the teacher. So you make everybody mute, and then when you want to talk, just come up and talk.
Oh.
All right, people, you guys hearing me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Cool.
And screenshot this moment in time, you know, because I think this is where the world is going. Everybody's talking about education, right? All right, so in the interest of time, let us begin. Now, I had a class yesterday. The class started ended prematurely, and I'm hoping that within the next 40 minutes we can just sort of put this content together. I'm not going to be recording this part of the session, but for the most part, at the end, I will make the video available. So for today's session, we are talking about digital marketing. Whether you sell vape, whether you sell soap, whether you have pleasure box, you are going to be needing some aspect of digital marketing. So for today's session, we're going to be dealing with one, the definition of the term, the different types of digital marketing, the relevance of the different platforms, as well as the differences between digital and traditional marketing. I can ask Dean this question and I probably get the idea of what he's going to expand, but digital marketing is one of those things. It's not that easy to define. Because if you understand marketing, obviously you're going to understand the digital elements of marketing. Right? Mm-hmm. And these are the questions that current marketers have to consider on a daily basis. How do we bridge the gap between digital and traditional? One of the ways you can even explain the transition between digital marketing and even traditional marketing is just understanding how is just understanding how the different media have evolved over time. So I don't think anybody here was born in the 60s, 70s. I am an 80s guy, so I pretty much understand Big Bop TV all over persons not even watching television anymore. I touch base with Rasheen. Rasheen is probably a YouTube guy. I know certainly Twani is. Chanel may be a YouTube baby too. But the idea is we're finding that young people are watching or consuming things that are in their hands most. The phones and those type of things, as opposed to the television. So this is also one of the reasons why media and digital marketing has evolved. Here are some definitions that you need to understand. You have the general definition and you have the academic definition. If Jamie came to me and said, sir, the definition of digital marketing is the use of electronic devices to engage and transact business with others, I can't mark him wrong. But at the same time, if there's a question that is has a point scheme of 10, I would want a more elaborate definition, all right? It's a process of building and maintaining customer relationships through online activities. So whether you're on WhatsApp, if you're on a website, if you're on your electronic devices, these are some of the ways in which you can sort of bridge the gap between the physical and the digital spaces. Traditional marketing, on the other hand, you're still faced with it, you still engage with it on a daily basis, but it is sort of changing right now. In the class yesterday, I was talking about when the news hit, when any form of news hit, Dream, or the website name, Dream, Chanel, are you there?
Dear Dream.
Dear Dream.
Dear Dreams, yeah, that one. You have Dear Dreams, you have Pink Wall, you have Loop News, you have so many other platforms that gives you the news far more than TV. And so by the time you tune into TVG at 7 o'clock, the news stale. That is one of the problems that traditional marketing is having. It has to evolve. Only recently, RGR and TVJ, their merger, they're trying to sort of put more emphasis on the digital space, which is good. So here are the two elements, the two basic avenues. You have the man that is chilling with his coffee and he's engaging, he has access to the entire world. Whereas the other guy, he just reads the newspaper and buy it for $150. At the end of the day, he throw it away. So even if Rashane was supposed to advertise inside the Gleaner, yes, it is good, but once that paper is discarded or thrown away, his ad is also gone with it. As opposed to if Rashane does an Instagram ad or a YouTube ad, it stays for a while. So those are just the definitions between both. Here are some broad definitions between traditional and digital marketing. Try to understand these people. Absorb this slide as much as possible. There are basically tangible benefits and intangible benefits. At the end of the day, one is cheaper. Hold on a second. Are you seeing my screen?
No, not yet.
No.
You're not?
No.
No. No.
All right, cool. Yeah, teach like.
Not speaking Spanish in it.
You're seeing it now, right?
Yes, yes, sir.
All right. So here's the transition. This is all I want me just go through. Luckily, I'm not gone too far.
Sir, we can stop the class, man.
All right. Anyway, this was just learning objectives. This is the question I asked Dean and others initially. This was the evolution of media. You need to understand this. The workable definition of digital marketing, both the academic and the one what Jamie would have give you. The traditional marketing, how it works, and it's a basic framework. Here are the two guys. One has is connected online. The other one has more traditional. As I made reference to the Rashane advertising inside the Gleaner, as soon as that gentleman throws away the Gleaner, the ad is also discarded. So you have to understand the benefits of digital in that regard. Here's where I stopped. Try to absorb this slide and try to understand the benefits between internet and the internet marketing and other elements. The most important thing is with digital marketing, internet marketing, online marketing, they're one and the same. It's cheaper, much cheaper. And so you find that a lot of persons are gravitating towards digital marketing as much as possible. Here's something that I wanted to give you an idea of. Are you seeing this Excel spreadsheet?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Have you ever heard a time signal on the radio? Like the time, this time signal is brought to you by Grace Kennedy. The time is yada, yada, yada. Have you ever heard that?
Yeah, brought to you
Yes,
by
sir.
Bert.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
So just some time signals over 3 weeks is $210,000.
What?
All right. And sometimes people not even pay attention to it. Out of home means billboards. So some of the billboards that you see, this is for a 3-month period, $600,000. All right. When you talk about the more digital billboards now, they're a bit expensive. So this 3-month campaign for one person is $3.4 million. And that is where that is the shortfalls of traditional. Yes, if you have the money, you can always pay this, but sometimes you don't really see the benefit of it. So you just have to understand that with digital, it's a little freer in that regard.
Oh, sir, are you saying that? Hold on, go back to the slide. The Excel.
Huh?
You're saying that the digital one is more expensive or less expensive?
No, digital is far cheaper than traditional.
Okay, so you're talking about a LED display is cheaper than you have an ordinary billboard.
Hold on, I can't hear you good. Talk again.
All right, so you're saying that the LED display is cheaper
Mhm.
than the normal billboard, like a sign that is fixed up there.
All right. So I'm not when I talk about billboards overall. Yes, they include the LEDs and the other physical ones. But even
Okay.
the LEDs, they're extremely expensive. I'm talking about digital marketing, social
Okay.
media, those elements.
Okay.
All right. Disadvantages, I just made mention of it, very expensive as it relates to traditional marketing. Hard to measure. I don't know how many persons watched television yesterday. So with traditional marketing, you can hardly assess real time what's going on. Advantages of digital include, as I mentioned before, less expensive, and it improves your outreach. Then you can be here in Jamaica and you're advertising to somebody in England or Czechoslovakia. That's just how it works, all right, which is good. You may be able to do that with traditional marketing, but you would have to contact somebody overseas to get that done.
A press.
The press. Thing with digital marketing now, you need a digital strategy. And for the most part, a digital strategy, as this definition states, it's a series of actions that are carefully selected online to ensure that you get the results that you need. Paid media means you're paying for the advertisement. Owned media, it means that you own the asset. And earned media means that you, over time, sort of get people talking about you. So imagine right now, the hottest topic on all over is coronavirus.
COVID-19.
The COVID-19 or whatever. Last year, people were talking about mackerel and those other influencers. And even though those persons are not digital marketers per se, they had their 15 minutes of fame, which means that if somebody wanted to do some advertising through them, it was a possibility to get it done. So we need digital marketing strategy simply because, one, we need to set clear goals for digital channels. We need to manage the customer journey. So Monique, you need to understand, if you're selling a television, how is it you're going to be interacting with the customer? Are you going to interact with social media? Are you going to interact with Google Ads? And it goes on and on. So you just have to understand how it works. And the overall importance include communication benefits, prioritizing audiences. Because again, Monique, if you sell trendy fashion wear and your target is 18 to 24, it makes no sense you're going to do a grand campaign that also targets 50-year-old and 60-year-old women. That don't make sense. When you reach 50 and 60, you have flat shoes if you wear. Not true? Yeah, man, there's something there. So that is the good thing about digital. You're able to target specific audiences, which is good. Now, digital is not aloof or separate from traditional strategy. Here's why. Then you wanted to launch your business. Well, let's fast forward. You have your business already, see, Indian? And you want to probably go into another market. So you already have your lawnmower, your maintenance cutting business, and you say, I already lock the Kingston area, but I want to see what the Mobile area has to offer. You're going to start thinking about market penetration strategies. But you wouldn't just go and just set up your business in a Mobile. So you probably do some feedback, you probably go there and do some basic research, and you can do that through digital marketing. So with digital marketing, they try to put certain things in a sort of framework, a sequential framework. So it starts with exposing the clients or exposing the fans or the customers to your business. Then you want to ensure that they discover what your business is talking about. Then for you, Monique, you're going to try to find ways of having them consider using your products and services. After consider using your products and services now, then they will consider buying it. After they buy the products and service, you don't want to leave them alone, you know. You want to be in a position where you nurture that relationship so they keep on buying. After they keep on buying and they constantly get good customer service, then they start talking about your business. And then you get more referral business. I just saw the thing work, right? Here is another funnel.
Sorry, I said this meeting is Nola.
Eh?
Meeting Nola.
All right, mute your mic. I'm just going through. I have to finish this slide. Remember, I have 40 minutes, so we are work. Anyway. Who that at all? Mute your mic. Anyway, here is another funnel. Again, I'm just seeing two faces. I'm seeing Monique. Monique realized you don't go work today, so you're not book for me. So we're good to go.
Should I book earlier, sir?
Anyway, all right. But here's another funnel. And the idea is how you get the customer from one stage to the other. You attract them, you try to convert them, you engage with them, you sell them, and you keep connecting with them. It's just a way, a sequential way. Ian, know your gaze. This is very important. This is something that you may see again in an upcoming assessment. I just showed you all the different types of strategies available. Here is another one that sort of creates what you call an acronym. RACE, reach, act, convert, engage. It's simple. It's basically what we mentioned earlier in a simpler form. You have to try to reach a customer. You have to find a way to engage with the customer, then convert them into buying persons. And then from there, you start nurturing the relationship. So just understand how the sequence works, understand what each one of the quadrant means. And from there, just try to probably put it in a practical term. This is just my particular strategy that I use, not only for existing clients, but for others. I evaluate, I assess their objectives, I put the digital approach together, then I find some time. Lisa, you're coughing. Please mute your mic, please.
No, it's not me.
Okay.
God, no.
Anyway, after I launch the tactics, whatever is in the market, I monitor. And if anything seems out of whack, I adjust. So it's just a sequential way of how to. Yes, Abby.
Damn it. So I wanted to ask you about your week, because I realized it was your based on the name. I thought it was objective first, and then after you go through all it, you evaluate it and do it over. It's evaluate first.
I love the question. Here's why. Imagine Abigail is called to do a assessment of a company. So you're the strategist.
Yes, sir.
I'm the marketing manager for Seprod. You're going to come in and you're going to evaluate the existing platforms that they're using. So say, for instance, what they're doing is not working. Them on social media, them in the newspaper, they're doing all those things. So you're going to evaluate what currently exists. And then after you evaluate what currently exists, you formulate objectives, what you need to achieve to be successful. Okay. So I like the question because it sort of puts certain things into perspective. The bad thing with Jamaica is a lot of persons aren't using digital marketing simply because enough of them don't understand it. People, if you can understand this particular paradigm shift in business strategy, you can make money. Jervain's last, when Jervain presented his business, he had an option for social media marketing. Social media marketing is just one aspect of digital marketing. If you understand how to tap into people in the digital means, you're able to get. Put it this way. Going back to what I said earlier, it's one of those skills that are in demand now. So if you can market this skill, you can make money. And one of the things that they fail to understand, you can use digital channels for getting feedback. SurveyMonkey. Anybody is familiar with SurveyMonkey? Fine. So from SurveyMonkey to social media, Abby, if you have on a nice dress and you want to know whether the dress look nice or not, you take some picture and put it on social media. Some of the hypocrite they might say, boy, yeah man, you look good. Others might say, all right, boy, I'm not like how you look. It's just like it. But you get real-time feedback, and that is a good part of digital marketing. Here are the different types of digital marketing. You have SEO, search engine marketing, email marketing. You have online reputation management. You can focus on any one of those and find ways of growing your business. But to be a true digital marketer, you have to dabble in all of them.
Okay.
Here are the different types again defined.
Oh,
If it is you're being asked a question about the different types of digital marketing, I would not ask you for all 20 or all 7. Try to understand at least 2 to 3 so you can do a question related to it. Right? These are just some benefits of each. So if I ask you what are the benefits of online public relations, you need to be able to tell me.
Okay.
All right. Abigail wants to sell her services as a speaker. Abigail can start running some Instagram ads, and she can start running them from Jamaica all the way to England. How do I mark up my screen?
Sorry, sir.
I didn't know that I enabled that, to be honest.
Sorry. I was just setting it up.
In any case, yeah, so digital marketing allows you to get a wider reach, and it gives you an opportunity to tap into a global marketplace. Tony, I know you're raising your hand, sir, but I can't answer now. I'll answer after. Sorry about that. When
Yeah, you're red right now.
I need to turn off the functionalities, but I'm in a zone right now. Anyway, as I mentioned about the reach of digital marketing, here is also how you can span your influence. Your company website is in the center, but you can find ways of tapping into, whether it's LinkedIn, whether it's the Google network, whatever it is, but everything needs to lead back to your website because your website is the owned platform. Guys, please mute your screen. Please mute your mic. It offers a more responsive customer service. Because again, in the event that you go on a website and sometimes you don't even know that there's nobody there because a chatbot will come up and ask you these questions, which allow you to pay less for your staff because you can just put this thing in place and then it does all the rest. Expectations, no. The other day I went to a company and I didn't get the type of service that I wanted. All I did was I vented on it. And within seconds, somebody came and somebody responded to me. That's the type of expectation that I've learned to appreciate with digital. It's very quick. Sales, very important. Now, Rashane's business cannot be advertised on Instagram. He can post, but advertising may be frowned upon because some people may see it or the platforms may see it as illegal. But at the same time, if you use elements like this, you're able to generate more sales in the digital realm. If I was supposed to ask you this question, what would you say? Lisa, are we being replaced by robots? Lisa, now answer. Keron, are we being, no, Keron, who's Keron? Oh, Trudy.
Trudy.
Yeah. Are we being replaced by robots?
Are we being replaced by robots?
No.
No.
Right.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I think so too, but
I
guess
don't think
what?
so.
Try to absorb this slide. If you're asked, hold on. If you're asked a question about some of the things that digital marketing and the digital field is replacing, these are just some of them. When I'm going on a vacation, I set up an autoresponder, and something just, when somebody sends an email to me, my assistant doesn't necessarily have to pick up the phone and say he's on vacation. Right off the bat, there's an autoresponder that says, listen, this guy is off. You have virtual assistants, you have chatbots, you have so many other options that allow you to interact with the customer without physically being there.
Sure, I think this computer thing is just to get rid of like basic stuff.
True, but guess what? At some point, they're going to expand the offering, so it won't be just basic anymore.
Okay.
What about self-driving cars?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Because they have cars delivering pizza.
Yeah, man, they're just a different thing right now. But the good thing about digital is it allows you to sort of beef up your overall support. Digital marketing helps you to identify some of the loopholes. It allows you to satisfy the customer, and it allows you to sort of generate more interest so you can anticipate the type of sales that you could be expecting. Try to absorb this slide again. On the left, a customer would call, define their problem. The secretary would sort of acknowledge receipt and then send it to the respective areas. After the respective areas understand what is going, they respond to that customer and then probably have to call back to follow up. With digital now, you can just post a FAQ on your email, on your website, and then all the questions that that customer would need is on there. Again, you can have chatbots, you can have so many other options that, as I said before, allows you to not be there without physically not being there. Here are just some steps to ensure that customers have a good experience. So, then when you go on our website, you need to ensure people want to know that the website is easy to navigate. Usability is important. Accessibility is important. So Darren was unable to get through on the previous link yesterday. Why? Because the platform that I was on didn't facilitate him being on his tablet. So accessibility in that regard was poor. Right now with Zoom, Zoom is able to do that. And Google also launched they now have a go-to-school platform. So all these people running around trying to create learning management software, Google just created one. So all of a sudden, Google allows you to be accessible from anywhere in the world. Before I explain this slide, look at this. Everybody seen this?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes.
It's a public.
Please unmute your stuff.
By the way, what does this represent? What am I trying to say here? All right, in the interest of time.
Perspectives that it can be seen from?
It can be seen from a different perspective, but not only that, you have persons trying to align the coronavirus with the corona beer.
Yeah, and I say it in a safe space.
It is sad, but guess what? These people are going to have to go through and do some public relations. Because if they don't do it, they stand to lose a lot of sales going forward. So just understand the importance of online public relations, understand the definition of it and how it works. Here are just some areas in which you can use to tap into online PR. So you can do some surveys, you can ask, what is your perception of the corona beer? You can use social media to start changing the image of the brand. Years ago, Corona had commercials where, you just had two couples, they chill on the beach, they put a little lemon in there and all is well. Right now, that mandate and that approach may have to change. So just understand the different things that are available through online. going on.
Darren, mute your stuff.
Yeah, thank you, Darren. Web traffic, what is it and why is it important? Web traffic, simple definition. Not a long lay thing. Just like traffic on a highway refers to the number of cars traveling down the road, web traffic is the number of users that go to your website. So Rashane have a lot of web traffic, but Rashane could also do with more web traffic. Here's why. The more people that sees his brand, the more people that sees his products, is the more likely he gets additional sales. So web traffic is very, very important. So as digital marketers now, you have to find one, how you're going to direct traffic to your website, and also the platforms and the different options that are available to you. Because guess what? People are coming from everywhere, from blogs, from news sites, social media, all of those places send traffic to your website. So if you're putting together a digital marketing strategy, you have to find ways of saying, all right, this is what I'm going to use. If I'm going to target millennials, I'm not going to use Facebook or MySpace because the only old people depend on them platform. I'm going to use TikTok and I'm going to use Instagram. So you have to also understand your audience. Here's a proven way to send traffic to your website, Google Ads. If you have Google Ads, you put it together and you start sending traffic to your website. So this is actually real. I'm running a campaign right now in New York from Jamaica for IGL. And what happens is you have a lot of Jamaicans living in New York with people that are still here. So I wanted to tap into that market and send persons to the e-commerce platform. So you are able to do that from anywhere in the world once you understand how the business and how the platform works. When you go on the Jamaica Observer, you will see ads all over the place. Again, their aim is to send traffic directly to another site. So even though they're on Jamaica Observer now, if you look to the far left where you see the IGL link, if you click that link, you're taken directly to the IGL website. Facebook, social media, they also allow you to run ads. Where you see that red box, you could press the sign up and you're taken directly to the website. Sometimes you see things like watch more or shop now. Those are also other ways. By creating certain links, you can click on those links and go directly to where the website is. SEO basics. Abby, what is SEO?
Sir,
Yeah,
see
really,
that, sir,
really.
it says it's the search engine optimization. All right, so based on what you getting ads from Google or Google AdWords.
Mm.
So they're using search engine as a way to advertise.
Right, let me help you. The most important thing to remember is it's a science of maximizing the visibility of a website. You can either do it in the organic means or you can do it in the paid means. Here's what I mean. When you do the organic means, you have to do certain things with your website. You have to pretty much put in things like your H1 tags. You have to describe exactly what the website has to do with Google. So when somebody searches for stiletto heels or whatever, any website that aligns with those words will pop up organically.
Oh yeah, you remember that, like YouTube.
So with SEO, no, SEO can be broken up into search engine marketing and organic. The SEM basically talks about one you have to pay for, which is the search engine marketing. One you have to do certain things in the back end, which is the natural results, which is a true SEO. So sometimes you go on Google and you type in an ad or you type in a search and you see certain things at the top. Whenever you see AD right beside the search results, it means somebody is paying money to be on top of everyone else.
Oh.
All right? So these people are paying their money. These persons, they're doing a lot of work. The good thing about the ones below the line, they don't have to pay each time their ads is served. These people, if Darren or Abigail clicks on this ad, this person has to pay money. So you can basically sabotage. You can click this ad multiple times, or every time you're seeing it, and the person has to pay per click.
Sir, wickedness that.
Whereas these people, they do a lot of work behind the scenes, and trust me, it's a time-consuming process, but over time it works out and it's cheaper. So some of the common SEO techniques include on-page, understand what is on-page optimization as well as off-page optimization. And don't be intimidated by the optimization term. It means that you're going to put things in place to be visible on the website. So on-page optimization includes title tags, H1 tags, and all those other things. You'll get the definition shortly. Social media means, well, off-page includes social media and all those things. Go ahead.
For the like YouTube, they normally include tags. In what tag would that be? Title tags?
No, those aren't title tags, but those tags also, those tags are basically to let you know what the video is about. So YouTube is a different platform altogether. I'm talking about website per se.
Okay.
Right? But why I like that question, from YouTube, you can put a link that leads directly back to your physical website. So that also helps over time in terms of SEO. Read the definition of title tag. So if I was supposed to type in TVs for sale in New York, these are the title tags. No, not these. These are the paid ones. So AD, these people pay to be on top. But these people, once you don't see the AD, everything here, especially on the first page, they would have done a lot of work to put their website in a manner that Google can literally read it. Right?
What do you mean? Sir, sorry, what do you mean they would have done a lot of work?
Good question.
Work.
So let me.
Good question.
All right. Go for that.
Sorry, sir.
You're on enough, sir.
So this is my website. This is Cool Market's website. If you were supposed to go to my website or any website and hold on Control and press U, you're gonna view the source. You're gonna see the back end of the website. If you type Control F and you're trying to find the H1 tag, the H1 tag or the header tag, yeah. In front of this header tag here, I'm supposed to have the definition of my website. My website needs to understand things like, it needs to have certain definitions that are unique to my website. Nothing is there because I have not done enough work on my website. Whereas if I go to Cool Market and I press Control U, even though you're gonna see gibberish, you're gonna see things that Google can read. Cool Market is a trusted marketplace, yada, yada, yada. Shop electronics, shop appliances, grocery. So if I'm going to Google and I search for appliances in Jamaica, this website is known for that in the back end. You understand? Because they've been doing a lot of work. So yeah, and guess what? The thing with Google or even persons that are searching, nobody goes to page 2 or 3 of Google.
Sir.
Yeah, yes, sir.
So it's just is them just typing that, or is Google after a while Google will put that in the back end?
Who's asking?
Jamie.
No, if you are a search engine specialist or a SEO specialist, you're the ones who put in those definitions.
Okay.
So for instance, let me see if I have the time. All right, we don't have time. But usually you go in the back end of the site, and once you go in the back end of the site, you're able to start putting in various definitions relating to what you're talking about, or what the site should be known for. And every page you have to basically explain it to the Google spiders. And don't be afraid of the spiders. Spiders is just one of the ways, or is the main way Google crawls the websites. It's just a term used. You don't need to be concerned about it. But here's a definition of what a title tag is. Here are some best practices of how to write a really good title tag. The meta description is also very important. So after you see the top heading, you also need to define what the website is about, or what the page is about. So all those things are part of the overall understanding of how SEO and Google works. Another thing, sometimes when you're on a website, let me see if Cool Market has it. Whenever you write blogs, or whenever you're trying to define the website, Google is trying to find the keywords that you want to be ranked for. However, some people back in the day used to put a lot of keywords because this person wants to rank for fire pit. They're trying to cheat the system by putting fire pit in each line. After a while, the sentences don't even feel complete. So Google now penalizes that. So if you're trying to what you call stuff too much keywords in your blogs or in your website, Google will see that as an attempt to cheat, and then over time they will penalize you. So you have to be mindful of what keyword density is and to stay away from it. What Google is recommending is that you place the keywords naturally how they should flow. And that's the nature of the business. You have to write in a practical way, and over time, people will understand that this person wants to be known for search engine, not putting search engine in every line, word after word. Social media, another way in which you can, drive traffic to your website, and Google also likes when you have persons coming from different areas of the website. So it's not just somebody typing in directly to your website. It's also coming in from different channels, whether it's from social, whether it's from direct, whether it's Jamie referring somebody else to go to the website in an online format. These are other off-page elements. Link building. So sometimes you go to an article. Let me see something. I'm trying to find an article that I wrote. If this thing loads a little quicker. All right, no, not seeing it. Sometimes when you read articles, you see hyperlinks inside the articles. You know what hyperlinks are? People
yes,
know?
sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Those hyperlinks are also favored by Google. It's basically a link to another website. So if you see an article, let's say for instance, this was a hyperlink. I'm trying to make reference to the other person that I got the source from. So I would put this hyperlink in, and somebody can literally click this display ad link, and it takes them to the source. Google likes that because Google is saying, okay, these people understand what they're talking about, and obviously other persons are referring them, are making reference to them. So Google likes that type of thing. So that is how the whole notion of link building comes in, because these are links, and these links can link back to your website, or you can link other websites to yours. So Google likes that type of stuff. Yeah, hyperlink looks something like this. You see the blue. And the final stage of this thing is how to make your website more search engine friendly. One, keyword research, because you need to understand that if you want to be known for television and you want to be known for electronics, you're not going to be writing about any and anything. You're going to stick to the whole notion of electronics and ensure that the keywords that you're using are within line. You have to build a website that is easy to understand, as I mentioned before, not just stuffing a lot of keywords, but it has to be flexible and easy to use by whoever is browsing on your website. When you're making reference to links, the links have to be trusted and from relevant sources, not just Dean's House of Style or whatever. If you make reference to, better yet, if the Washington Post or the New York Post makes reference to your website, you would get a ton load of traffic, because it is a major organization making reference to a smaller player. So persons will go directly to the smaller player's website. And it's sort of hard to really explain the true notion of SEO in this short class, but just understand that these couple of slides on how to make website far more friendly is something that you need to digest, especially the definitions. All right. And that's it.
Yay.
That's it. But just so I think we have about 3 minutes. Or I don't know how much we have, but sooner or later, Zoom is going to kick us out.
Sir, when is the test?
I asked that question, and Miss Cook, and also, what's her name again? Mr. Cooper. UTech launched an online platform of sorts. So I'm going to be getting a trial run on it tomorrow, and it allows you to set tests and those type of things. The funny thing, the only thing I'm worried about is I don't want Trudy to be on the test online and then skip over in another tab and get the answers.
Trudy not do that.
I mean, sir, I did another test.
So my thing is, I just want to know how it's going to be monitored. Right? But
maybe timed.
Yeah,
maybe if you're going there, yeah.
I hope it's timed, and it allows us to be a little bit more stringent in terms of how certain things work.
Time not get help.
But
no, if you're quick, you can still get it.
As I mentioned to you about, this is another session that I've taught. These spiders allow Google to base, well, not these spiders per se, but Google searches all the website database with a term called spiders. All right? And the term that they use to search the different website is called crawling. But again, that is not anything you need to be concerned about. The main takeaway from this class is this. By tomorrow, I need to give you a response of how the test is going to go. And hold on. Yeah, by tomorrow, I need to give you a response of how it's going to go, as well as when the date will be.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, since I have everybody here, either Monday or Tuesday, I'm going to have the audit presentations online, because I also need to get that out of the way as well.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Sir, should we dress up for the presentation?
If you can dress up.
Sir, no, sir. Sir, madam yard.
But guess what now?
No presentation at 90.
Hey,
Exactly what we do.
you can
Sorry,
put
I
on
could
a
do the
jacket,
presentation
everything
in
else
our
is gone.
90.
You mad? You mad, Dean?
So top appropriate.
Top appropriate attire.
You crazy,
Mhm.
Dean.
Top appropriate. I'm fine with top appropriate.
Yeah, man.
All
But
right, sir.
that is basically it. You guys have a good day.
All right, bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Big up yourself.
Cool.
Hi, sir.
That's it.
Bye, sir.
Yeah, man. Go on, man.
Bye.